precious promises, so that through them you may participate in the divine nature, having escaped the corruption in the world caused by evil desires.
All right, so do you see that? In verse 3, he says, his divine power has given us all things that pertain to life and godliness through the knowledge of him, by which had been given to us exceeding great and precious promises, that through these we may be partakers of what? The divine nature that has been restored. That's the nature of God. You have the nature of God. You have the DNA of God. Prophet Ralph said, honesty is natural in my country. Love is natural in your country. You don't have problems loving anybody. You don't have problems expressing love, flowing in love, living the love life. You don't have problems with that. It's natural to you. If it's a problem for you, you're fighting against your true nature, or you have not yet discovered it. Patience is natural for you. Ah, boy, that's patience thing. Patience is natural for you. You don't have a problem with that. It's your DNA to be long-suffering. Temperance, self-control is natural for you. Come on now, you got to understand there's nothing going on in your life that God has not given you the ability to impact or change it in a positive way. Nothing. When you talk about ecclesia, you're talking about people that are powerful, effective, and influential. When you look at that analogy of the Congress, these guys are influential people, powerful, impactful. You are purposed to be part of an ecclesia, a powerful person, an influential person, an effective person. And you establish that in your personal sphere first. The standard for kingdom leadership is given to us, what is it, 1st and 2nd Peter? Where he gives the qualification for bishops. Is that 1 Peter or 2 Peter? First? God, I thought y'all knew. I could have turned you into
right.
In the 1st and 2nd Peter. It's 1 Peter, chapter 3. Turn that. Let me show you this real quick. 1 Peter chapter 3. I'm going to show you this now. We have to establish mastery at the personal level or in our personal space first. Then we bring that level of mastery and dominance to another sphere. So what he's teaching you here in 1 Timothy chapter 3, when it comes to qualifications of leaders, don't take the church mindset. Take the kingdom mindset. He's talking about qualifications for kingdom leadership. 1 Timothy 3. Watch what it says. This is a faithful saying. If a man desires the position of a bishop, he desires a good work. A man then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, relational sphere. You gotta establish dominance and mastery in your relational sphere. That means you have to bring every relationship into a divine order. This is the qualification now. Husband of one wife, temperate, that's self-control. That's your own physiological or emotional realm. All right? Sober-minded, of good behavior, hospitable, that's relationship, able to teach, not given to wine, not violent, not greedy for money, but gentle, not quarrelsome, not cold, covetous. One who rules his own house well, relational sphere, family, relationships. These are qualifications. Do you see what he's saying? You got to establish mastery in your personal space first, then bring that to the church space. That's what he's teaching. The qualification for kingdom leadership. Master these things in your own personal space. Bring relationships into order. Get your emotional life in order. Get your social life in order. Your financial life. You know, all these aspects And like Judah said, these different economies of your life, bring them in order, master them, then bring that level of mastery to the church space and dominate it there. Or bring it to the business space, or bring it to the educational space and dominate there. He's expecting us to bring a level of mastery and dominance into these other spheres. But we learned it in the personal space first. They brought Daniel down to Babylon. Daniel brought principles with him that he had mastered in another sphere, in another space. And you couldn't get Daniel to move from his principles. Man, if you ain't got no principles in this society that we live in, you're going to get all messed up.
This is something that happened to God's school, something was a principle. But he told me a couple months ago, there was a big demand in the workplace. And I'm the type of perfectionist, I like to get everything done. And he woke me up one morning, he spoke to me, he said this. He said, take from today what it gives you. Well, take from today what it gives you. If it don't give it to you, you can't take it.
Wow.
And it changed the stress level in my life. And as I began to speak this over and over in my spirit, and when they would approach me with such and such and such, I said, take from today what today gives you.
Right. That's Matthew.
Okay. And it was like, I had a peace. And as I began to continue to operate in this principle, the day began to give more and more. But it wasn't more effort from me. But the day began to give more. In other words, the principle began to operate on its own.
Began to work on its own. Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah.
I used to say this way, is your day fighting you? You know, sometimes the day is fighting you, not operating in alignment with the principles of God. That's good. That's real good. Yeah. Did the day allow that? Did they give it to you? Or are you fighting to get it out of the day? It's not purpose for that day. It's just not purpose for that day. Yeah. I got to tell some folks sometimes, they want your assignment. I'm like, try me tomorrow. What's your assignment? I look at my phone sometimes and they ain't your assignment. I'm telling you something real. I look at that phone sometimes and they ain't your assignment. Try me tomorrow. Call back another day. They ain't your assignment. I'm telling you, I'm being forced to learn management of relationships and how to manage assignments. You can't be all things to everybody because you're going to be less and less effective that way. You gotta know your assignment, who you're sent to, who you're set for. You got to know that. If not, people are, they're just wear you out. Mess your marriage up because you're always on the phone, burning up the chicken. But honey, you know, I don't care. Your husband don't care nothing about no people on no phone. He want his chicken. Exactly. Ain't no burn up chicken. That's the problem right there. You know, you got to be systematic in things like that, you know. Certain times, I'm not available. You got a D&D on your smartphone, you know. Do not disturb. Use it.
Yes.
So you can set it for certain hours.
You sure can. Yes.
The calls won't get through at that time. You don't have to even take the whole phone off the hook no more. Set your D&D.
Yeah.
Do not disturb.
You know, Prophet, you're saying something key because God spoke to me a long time ago. I said, God, I thank you for creating caller ID. You know, on that other end could be two things. It could be the devil or distraction.
Right.
So that ID stands for identify the distraction or identify the devil.
Wow. Wow.
That's there for a reason. And it's up to you if you're going to take on that, the distraction, or take on the work of the devil. I'm just being honest. Because a lot of it is just a lot of distractions.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why we have caller ID.
Oh, yeah.
And like you said, you can look at that. It's your choice if you want to answer it.
Amen.
And they know when I get home, I said, oh, hubby just walked in. All right, I know you, time to get off, exactly.
All right.
It's time to get off, so identify the distractions and the devil on the other end.
Yeah. You got them. That, if you're not, that falls into these qualifications for kingdom leadership, being able to manage relationship and manage the assignments in your personal space. If you're not managing it in your personal space, and then you move into another space, you still got your personal space. You add more to that, you ain't managing what you had to start with. You're gonna be a mess. I've been there, I've lived it.
That's real.
The Holy Spirit just take me to a process of simplifying my life.
Yeah.
Cutting out all the unnecessary things. I'm gonna say one thing, I'll say this right now, because I had to say this to my girls, my daughters. I still need to say it to one of them, I haven't had a chance to talk to her. But I have 2 regrets in my life, 2 major regrets. First major regret I have in my life is, had I known what I was really purposed to do, I would have spent less time chasing that ball around. In other words, sports. And I would have gotten more involved in communications and things like that, developing my, ability to articulate and things like that. But I did not know I would be on this stage. My second regret is this: I would have spent much less time in church.
Yes. That's real.
And I would have spent more of that time doing things with my daughters.
That's real.
That's the real deal right there.
That's real.
I look back at all the hours I invested. All night prayer meetings. Revivals. Man, we've been having revivals forever. My community ain't changed yet.
Come on now.
Yeah. That's real.
And we keep planning or no?
That's real.
Every year, faith plan.
Every night of the week. And then at the end of the week, you wore out. Meetings, getting home. Prophet been there, getting home at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. Then they expect you to be in church at 8 o'clock in the morning, the next Sunday morning. And we was in a meeting till 2 a.m. Saturday night. Gotta get up and go preach the next morning.
Wow. Real.
And dragging our children through all this process.
Yeah.
And some of our children hate church today for that reason.
Yep.
I don't want my children to hate God because of me.
Yep. That's real. That's real.
Because of me. So now when I talk to my children, I make sure I tell my children, your daddy changed, baby. I listen to secular music now. But before, my God, you couldn't play nothing in my house. You better cut that mess off. The world wrong with you.
Yes, sir.
You more inclined to hear me ride down the road with some Gap Band on there than some gospel music. Attempt to tell some of y'all need to have some talks with your children and tell them you were wrong about some things. And stop playing this holier than thou. The spiritual person, tell them, I was wrong about some things.
That's real.
Yes, sir.
I was pastoring all these years, and my daughter was a preacher's child. She was with me everywhere I go, just like one of these brothers over here, and he carried his daughter everywhere he goes. So I carried Tricia everywhere I go. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, she doesn't go to church at all now.
Wow.
And her family don't go to church. She got burnt out. She had told me about the things that we did. She said that people treat us like, they was the slop and we're the pigs. So, because, people were hungry for the word, so it was how she saw everything, because she was a child. And now it has affected her. Everything that we did in the church, it affected her as a child. But I'm telling you, now she doesn't go to church. She listens now. We have her tuned in to our afternoon Kingdom Summit, and I'm telling you, she and her family are getting blessed. They don't go to church, but they tune in to Kingdom teaching.
Amen.
So I wanted to share that. I hope that helps somebody.
Amen.
God bless.
That's real.
Amen.
Our relationship is like this.
Right.
And God showed me, so he said, man, what did the Lord show you concerning this? You know,
Wow.
and whatnot, you know.
Wow.
We don't talk about church, we don't talk about it, but his current situation, he said, what did the Lord show you concerning this?
Right.
That's
Wow.
a different level.
Right. Right.
That's a different
They
level.
respect you more
We
now.
can sit in the car and we can
true.
drive to West Virginia with Old Soul Station. Dad, you remember that old song right there?
Uh-huh.
I said, yeah, I was doing some stuff back then, man. We relate.
Right.
We're able to relate.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
did that holding it down situation.
Right.
And now it's like it's a totally different
Right.
relationship.
Yeah.
Every day, we talk every day. And I missed out, and I just right, we missed out on our son's whole youth.
Wow.
Youth football,
Wow.
and all of these things. We couldn't go to it.
Right.
But we had to be in church.
Right.
And I had to apologize.
Yeah.
I had to apologize to
Yeah.
him, you know.
Yeah.
Missed out on all of that. You know, going off to the Marine Corps and all that. He grew up. And we didn't see it.
Wow.
You know. And you can't tell me that's good. That was God.
No.
Right.
You know, but I did, my belief system, my paradigm was there.
Right.
That's why I tell people I've been in the system. I know the system.
Right.
You can't fool me about the system.
I know that's right.
God has showed me a more excellent way.
A more excellent way.
You know,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's something you just said a while ago, man. Why ain't we holding accountability? If you spend X amount of hours, 3,000 hours, you accredited for a master's degree.
Right.
3,000 hours.
Uh-huh.
3,000 hours is accreditation for a master's degree. Yeah. We've been in church 50,000 hours,
At least.
and I never mastered nothing.
Nothing.
It wasn't until I came over to the kingdom that I was able to master
Right.
God's original intent. And now I'm seeing the fruit of it.
Yeah.
But all of that wasn't for now. It's now to go back and teach others.
Right.
Teach others, you know. Man, you deal in religious realm.
Right.
Deal in religious realm, man. You got kids, you got family. You need to be doing some things with
Right.
that.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna stay babies long,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah. And we miss it.
Yeah.
We miss it. We miss it. Kingdom restores, you
Yes, it
know,
does.
these different aspects of our life when we tap into it. And, you know, I'm like you. I see people now and I feel sorry for them because they're still there. And I've been down that road. I know where you're headed,
Right.
you know, so. All right. We're going to take 10, 15. We're going to take a 10-minute break right here. Then we're going to come back and see how far we get. God bless you.